do you feel?
You gotta put your past behind you. Look, kid, bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right?
Right.
Wrong! When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
Like so many things, it is not what is outside, but what is inside that counts.
You got the makings of greatness in you. But you gotta take the helm and charge your own course. Stick to it, no matter the squalls.
But you remember, Deanna, that old star can only take you part of the way. You gotta help along with some hard work of your own, and then, yeah, you can do anything you set your mind to.
You must be imaginative, strong-hearted. You must try things that may not work. You must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul.
Who single-handedly destroyed the Green-Eyed Man's undersea labs?
Me.
And who foiled his plan to infiltrate the Olympics with gymnastics cyborgs? Who, Bolt? Who?
Me. But none of them.
You can, Bolt. Because all over this planet, there are animals who feel like they can't.
Young man, sometimes the right path is not the easiest one.
Go, live your dream.
I will.
Sometimes you just got to wonder if Walt Disney is speaking to you. That's what I had to wonder as I put that together. Welcome, everybody that is here. I've got some special guests that are going to join us here in the video. I thank you for taking the time to come in. I'm sitting here with one of my good friends, Tim, who just stopped by to say hello real quick. He actually has to get back to his house. He was instrumental in supporting me as we went through this journey. I thank you guys for taking the time here tonight. 100 of you in the chat with us. We're going to take a look at this video in just a minute. I got to be honest, this is probably one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life. Even tougher than what I'm going through was sitting and looking at this and thinking how life changes. And when you hear the video, you guys are going to understand how close I was to not being here today. So today's not about, it's not about membership. It's not about subscribing. It's just about spending time with people in my life that hopefully can understand what I'm going through and understand it a little bit better. There's a lot of questions in the community for what's happened to me. I'm going to pull the curtain a little bit today and be a little bit vulnerable. I ask, first off, I do thank my moderators, my members who are here, and I thank my special guest and Tim for being here. I ask my moderators just to be on point for me today. I don't have time to, and my mind's not with it, to focus on that chat. I apologize to anybody in the chat. I'm not really going to go through chat today. I'm reading your comments and I'm acknowledging you. Just please keep an eye out for me to help me out. Before I play the video, because when I start talking to my special guest here at the end, after this video, I know that I'm not going to be able to probably hold myself the way I want. So I want to just, in no specific order, I just want to say just a couple personal thank yous for myself. My wife and kids, I'm sorry, but I thank you. Both of our extended families, the Nets family, and our parents and brother-in-law and sister, and my mom and my brothers and sisters. My company, God, my company, I couldn't. My company's been there the whole time, and I'm grateful. All of our clients who have reached out to me, I'm grateful. Robin Wilkie and Mike Emery, who you guys will hear a lot about through this, they came to my side. My buddy Todd, who stayed with me every day that I was in the coma. Preston's baseball team and his soccer teams and their families. My Northeast team for my work, who did a lot. Justin Polk and his company, Justin Landscaping, who came and did here stuff at the house. Preston's coach Chad and the coaching staff, who did a lot for my son while I was under. Rob Wells is amazing. He's a police officer in Washington, D.C., but took time through his shifts to come see me when I was in the hospital. All the families who brought food to my family when I was under. All those who donated money through the different charities in our foundation. The Dissonant people from the auction, everybody that was involved in that. Catonsville High School basketball team and Coach Moeller for what they did, the fundraiser they did supporting my daughter. Knights of Columbus donating this chair that I'm sitting in today. My partner channels, Kelly Myers and Dole with Dad, for not forgetting about me while I was gone. Dennis and Kelly Walsh coming here and helping out at the house and delivering food. The Moeller family, unbelievable support to my family coming over. Todd and Dino for coming down with Pete and the guys and coming to see me so much in the facility. Brad Harrison and the Harrison family for their support. Don Moeller and Vicky Risk, you're going to find out what they did helping to save my life. I'm so grateful to them. Dr. Scalea and every member of Shock Trauma that supported me. Chris Johansson and Doug Lilly, who picked up the slack for me at the house when I couldn't be here. Phil Davis and his constant text messages of prayer and love. Maria and Perry Fisher for their support coming over. And I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. I apologize for the list, but I just needed to do this. My fabulous seven, they're my brothers that I grew up with, Todd and Tim, Pete, Dino, Vic, Will, and Dave. Thank you. Joey DiMaggio for coming all the time. My Catonsville friends, Chipsky and Chuck, Pat Brady, Matt, and Jeff. Thank you. Sanjay Palmer, I couldn't have done him. I'm so grateful to him and supporting me. Laura McKenzie for coming and bringing me food, even though somebody else paid for it, but that's okay. Mike Friedman, one of Preston's coaches who came to the house and helped me get this house ready for disability. Stephanie Lamont, who came and visited me several times from out of state. I'm grateful. Bobby and Jeannie Baxter, who brought me different love and attention coming over there. Wall to Wall, who did my house here and helped to get ready for me as this new life of sitting in this chair. DJ Sheck for coming to the house and helping my wife several times without being asked. Steve's World and Mouse Talk. I'll be forever grateful for you coming to see my son and support him at a soccer game, but I couldn't be there. Carly and the Garrick family for being there and supporting me. Just a couple left. Mickey's Magic Meg for painting a painting for Preston and sending it to him. Donna and Arjon just for being there. The constant looking out for my son and sending and taking care of him when I could. Coach Salvo and Coach McClary for helping Amber with the softball. Gary Samuel with Armor Door for coming to our house and fixing the door. No questions asked. My RM team supported me. The HR team and benefits at my company. Thank you. Becky. Thank you. Becky knows. The Higginbotham family. Denise Driscoll. Brian Douglas for sending stuff to my wife when I was laid in bed. Flowers and stuff. Kevin Hall for reaching out to the Ravens. I'm sorry. And telling them what happened. Ravens sent me a letter. All kinds of nice stuff. Steve Rupel and the Catonsville High Booster Club. Booster team. Thank you. My therapy team at Johns Hopkins. My team at Dankmeyer. All of the YouTube community. 154 of you in here right now. Thank you. Address that. Thank you. Donna. Resort TV 1, Corey Meets World. The DNT guys and Magical News Live for not forgetting about me the whole time that I was under the weather. And at there, apologize. I got to get a Kleenex. I'm sorry. You're not helping much.
I want to interrupt you.
Andy, last couple. Andy Fitch and his team. The McLean and Risk families. Lonzo Drummond for coming to the house and fixing pipes when my wife couldn't do it. Debbie and Albie for constantly coming to see me. And Diz Jabber for helping me with this video. All those people, I'm sure there was more, but it's everybody that I could put together real quick that came to mind. I apologize for being a little bit softer than I normally am. It's not Sunday night, but without further ado, this is the story of me trying to get back to a new normal. At the end, we're going to have a few special guests in to join us and talk with us live. Hello, my name is Pete McDevitt. I live in Maryland and I've been married to a wonderful woman for 25 years this coming January 2021. I have 3 beautiful kids that are the absolute spotlight of my life. I have a group of 7 friends that are like brothers to me who have been with me since before I was in high school. I've worked for a company for 20 years this coming September that supports the men and women of the United States military, a passion that I am devoted to. I love Disney and all of the magic it brings into your life. I've been to Disney World 19 times in the last 5 years, and some of my most precious chosen family are people I've met in the Disney community. I'm an avid Ravens fan. I love the Baltimore Orioles, and I'm proud to be a Marylander. On August 23rd, 2019, I celebrated my 50th birthday. I spent time at the opening of Galaxy's Edge. I rode and soared over Epcot in Florida. I fought the Yeti and I've taken the drop at Splash Mountain. 26 days after my 50th birthday, I laid in a bed in shock trauma, fighting for my life. This is the story of my magical journey to return to Walt Disney. Good evening and welcome again to the Hot Seat. This is Off the Wall with Pete and Preston. It's Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and that means Must See TV is right here on our channel.
shore. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man's wife. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. So I woke up, sun in my eyes, forgot all about what I did last night. What I do remember that it was real, real nice. Talks about me are never good. I don't live like the way that I should. Oh well, I'm in for some fun tonight. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, 'cause you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's a time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show.
So August of 19 started out really well. Things were going great with my company. I was traveling a lot for work and spending time with a lot of my family from my company, which was exciting. Several of our mentors had moved on to newer things in their life, the next stage in their life, and we had wished them well, but we're going to miss them. The company had asked me to be part of the website and to promote how positive and encouraging our company was to work for, and I was so proud to do so. The girls were doing well at home. They were spending a lot of time together. They were going to be missing each other as Kayla just got accepted over to Texas Tech University, and we were excited for her to be a Red Raider. 18 hours in the car to drive her there, well, that was an experience, but it was definitely well worth it. Preston was doing exceptionally well with his team, the Canes, crushing it for them. He was playing for the local soccer travel team, and he is looking into playing basketball for the church that we belong to. Amber was doing really well at the high school on varsity basketball, prepping again to be the starting shortstop for the varsity high school softball team, which we were so proud. Preston and I took off to Walt Disney. We decided to spend my 50th birthday down there with friends like Prince Charming Dev, who we hung out with for a whole week, which was awesome. We saw all the Dis and That crew and Mouse Talk and spent time with them riding Tower of Terror. Donna, R. Johnson, Nick hanging out for the holiday parties was awesome. And then we opened up Galaxy's Edge, Resort TV1, and Corey Meets World Dev, the Dis and That guys, Triple P, all of us were down there together. It was amazing to hang out with such good friends and open up Galaxy's Edge. It was unbelievable. Preston was so excited just to hang out with Corey and Jennifer a little bit. And I got to see my buddy Dole Whip Dad, which was really cool. But the honest highlight of the entire week was the Beverly Challenge, which I got to host and be part of, and we raised $10,000 for Give Kids the World. It was so amazing.
Okay, so the first 2 weeks of this whole incident were really ridiculous. And this will have a couple graphic pictures in, so I apologize, but I kind of wanted to share the document. So September, middle of September, I was down with my company at our national sales conference. Had an amazing time. We had another great work week with our clients, which are so valued to all of us. So many great friendships that we've made through our company and the business that we do, and proud to represent those individuals who serve. We're proud to serve those who serve. And we had our banquet and our national sales conference. And at the conference, I rented a tuxedo, as I've done for the last 10 years, and never had a problem. But this year, the shoes that I wore created a blister on my foot. And I took care of it down there. I put Band-Aids and all on it and put antibiotic and thought that I had it taken care of. But
Apparently I did not. So left the conference and headed up to Disney. My buddy Eric and I from my company went up there. He's another Disney lover. We did a bunch of Galaxy's Edge. We rode Slinky Dog. We went around. It was a great couple days at the parks. Had a great time with my buddy Eric. And then I came home. And 2 days after coming home, I told my wife, hey, I'm not feeling good. And I'm going to lay down. I thought it was kind of like the flu. And I texted my team and told them, hey, I'm going to be out for the rest of the day just to let you know. And that was September 18th in the afternoon. This following reoccurrence of the next 2 weeks is actual documentation from Robin from my company, who we couldn't have got through this without the support of my company and people like Robin and my boss Mike, who came up to support my family. So this is the account. She actually documented everything that was going on in a journal, and I pulled right from there, and it's really going to give you a good insight as to how bad things really were. So bear with me if I get a little emotional, please. September 19th in the morning. Woke up, don't remember much about it. Apparently, I was in a dazed, delusional state and in and out of slight consciousness, and my wife had trouble getting a hold of me. She made a phone call to my mother to come over and try to see if I was okay. And when my mother found me here, I was in a situation where I needed immediate medical attention. Rushed to St. Agnes Hospital, September 19th, hallucinating and rambling. En route to the hospital from the ambulance, I apparently made a call to YouTube channel Brandy and Dave and gave Dave explicit instructions on the things that he was to do for my company on a military base, and that I was not taking any lip from him. He was to get it done. Dave was extremely baffled by the call. Being told that organs are starting to shut down, placed in medically induced coma via propanol and fentanyl. Decision has been made to amputate my leg. Life-saving measures being put into place. Current overview is extremely critical condition. Doctors tell my wife that the odds of survival are extremely minimal. Friday, September 20th in the morning. Doctors are pleased I made it through the night, but are still extremely concerned. Initial analysis is strep A infection, rapidly spreading through my body, entering via a blister obtained from rental tuxedo shoes. Contracted toxic shock additionally in my arms and hands overnight. No change from the first day. Remain in extremely critical condition. My wife was told I probably will not survive again. Multiple inquiries coming into Preston via our YouTube channel, asking for details on what is happening, as many people can't get a hold of me. Robin and Mike from my company arrive to support. They meet at my son's baseball practice and cheer him on. Mike stays for a week. Robin will stay for 2. My wife's focus is to try to maintain some sense of normalcy for the kids. Robin advises in the journal that my wife is in a state of shock. Saturday, September 21st. Made it through the night, but incubated with over 25 tubes of fluid and lines pumping into my body. Doctors advised that I will remain sedated in a coma for some time. Bacteria infection now moving rapidly into my arms. Wife is told more amputations may be imminent, other than the one previously discussed. Blood pressure remains excessively high and a major concern. There is increasing concern over losing remaining limbs if I do survive. Catholic priest is brought in by my mother and performed last rites. Kayla returns from Texas Tech this morning on first available flight. Tonight is Amber's junior year homecoming. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss that. My wife is pretty much in a state of shock, according to Robin's accounts, considerably going on into today. Doctors inform my wife that the probability remains high that I will not make it through the night. Sunday, September 22nd,
still remain in extremely critical condition. Doctors have advised my family that, again, it remains excessively high, that odds are I will not make it through the night. None of the 3 kids have come to see me yet, as anguish over what is going on is incredibly tough to deal with. I get it. Even though I was not competent at the full time to understand. Preston is crushing it this weekend in baseball, is what I found out when I got up. And then I was told that he was actually putting my name on the mound behind him as he was pitching every time. That truly touched my heart. My friends Todd, Jeff, and Brad have been in and out to see me every step of the way so far, and I'm sure it's tough for them to see me like this. My daughter Kayla broke down today. I think this is hitting her harder than I thought. At the end of the evening, doctors again advised my wife and Robin that I may not make it through the night. I apologize for having to stop the video and start again, but this is a little tougher to read than I thought it would be. Monday, September 23rd, my eldest Kayla came to see me today and broke down from the pressure. It's still pretty cool that she was able to come by my side, and I'm grateful. Amber ordered her class ring today. I'm glad I got to stay around to see her get this. I really appreciate Robin and her help in getting that done. Meal trains have been set up for the family, and meals are coming in from so many great people in the community. I'm humbled now by knowing that and the support that the community gave. And if you did that, I love you and I appreciate it. Thank you for helping my family. Evening update on my health is that there is no change. Massive support and prayer chains are coming in from the Disney YouTube community and the Catonsville community to me and my family. Many friends have come to see me and pay their respects by my bedside. The owners of my company and the leadership of my company have been incredibly supportive to my family and my wife. I'll be forever grateful to them. Wife is told, again, no change, and they're optimistic that I will make it through the night, but they still have concerns. Tuesday, September 24th, they are doing a proper amputation today so that I have an audible stop for prosthesis on my left leg. Multiple concerns remain as my temperatures continue to spike and my hemoglobin is at critical concern levels. Another transfusion is necessary. Preston came to see me today and was totally strong in the process. I'm so proud of that kid. He walked up to my bed and said, "Hey, Dad." I never knew it till now. A good friend of mine, Ray from the company, flew up from Florida to see me because, well, as I'm told, he just wanted to come tell me one more time how much I meant to him. I'm very grateful for that. Ray, I didn't know you were there, buddy. I do now. I still remain in incredibly critical condition, and it's unknown if I'll make it through the night. Wednesday, September 25th. Overnight was extremely bad and rough, currently barely hanging on to life. My temperature spiked to 103.8. My BP was over 200. Doctors are talking to my wife about increased amputations and stressing to my wife that it's still possible that I could pass at any time. There is major concern on the upper side of both hands as there is no blood flow to the middle 3 fingers in my palm and the left hand that they are trying to treat with antibiotics. The decision has been made to amputate now my left hand in an effort to curtail the virus spreading, but nothing can be done until I stabilize. Robin took Preston out to eat and spent the entire dinner with him, talking with him about me. All he did was share all the great memories he had with me. My daughters made the decisions to get 2 small tattoos honoring me today. I probably would have been fired up about that if I was awake and not in a coma. But I'm proud of them. Although I'm still extremely sick, the decision has been made to slowly wean me off the fentanyl and propanol. Again, my wife is told it is optimistic we make it through the night. Thursday, September 26th. It's been 1 week now. I made it through the night. Although challenged, I made it through. My wife's parents have been incredibly supportive through this whole crisis. Took my daughter to get a new puppy today. Oh, it's a good thing I was in a coma. The dog will be a support to my daughter, who's going to be back at school at Texas Tech. Hindsight being 2020, it was the right decision. Amber made it through the choice that she was going to come and see me today. Amber struggled with my appearance in the situation and subsequently broke down inside the hospital room. Each of the kids is processing this differently. Vicky, our friend from the community and works at Shock Trauma, has been at the hospital with my wife consistently supporting her, and we're so grateful. She needed friends during that time. Each of the kids is processing this differently. After exploratory surgery and flushing of the left hand, the decision has been made 100%. The hand will be amputated. At this point, it's ever incredibly critical that all these processes go through smoothly with no other increased problems. And again, it is still undetermined if I will pass or not from this infection. Friday, September 27th, decision has been made that I am stable enough to have the surgery on Saturday. I spiked another fever today, and I had 4 dialysis sessions. Unfortunately, all the breathing tubes cannot be removed because of the surgery tomorrow. My wife is extremely concerned on how I'm going to embrace all these amputations after waking up. Nanette, you needed not to be concerned. You made the right decisions. Multiple visitors have come through from my work and friends to see me. There are numerous prayer chains going on throughout the community, according to Robin's notes, including from my company where I live, my kids' sports teams, and the Disney community. The owners of my company continue to call and check on my progress. Yeah, they've been incredible. Doctors continue to talk about additional amputations. My wife is demanding that there be no more procedures or amputations take place until she can do some follow-up with some other options. Again, my wife and kids are told it's still off the wall, to use that term, that I make it through this whole situation. Saturday, September 28th, surgery went well today. That's a positive. The doctors are apparently having discussions with me that they said I acknowledged. However, I have no recollection of this at all. This is while I'm still at St. Agnes Hospital. The amputation is currently slightly above my left wrist. They were able to save most of my arm and give me the best chance of mobility. The infection has still attacked my right arm, including my wrist and partially all the way up to my elbow. There is concern that I may lose most of the muscular tendons and muscles in my left arm. Doctors at my current hospital have informed my family that they are baffled by the illness and that they have no idea how to treat it fully. They've never seen it this unique before. They want to do additional amputations on all 4 limbs. All 4. There's growing concern of those in my immediate circle that I need to be removed from this location and find another doctor or services that could help me better, that are more qualified to deal with something unique as I'm going through. 2 friends of the family, Vicky Risk and Don Moeller, who have connections with Shock Trauma Soft Tissue Unit, are making phone calls to get me removed. I am incredibly, incredibly grateful to Don and Vicky for stepping in, supporting my wife, and helping to save my life. I am humbled by the service of the doctors, of our friend Jen, who works at St. Agnes, and all the nurses there who took care of me. I'm thankful and grateful to them, but it's time that I need to go. Doctors advised my wife that I'm stable enough to move and I'm transported to Shock Trauma, University of Maryland. My family is hoping for me to get under the direct care of Dr. Scalea and his special unit team. Sunday, 9/29. Regrettably, there are no open beds at Shock Trauma right now. Seems like my luck's not doing that great, huh? This is a challenge. Kayla is regrettably returning to Texas Tech today with Archie, the new dog. Unfortunately, I didn't get to say goodbye to her today like I would have liked to when I dropped her off just a month ago. I was told that Preston crushed an off-the-wall shot today that just missed being a home run in his doubleheader. He went out to the pitcher's mound and drew my name again with his hand in the dirt, and then proceeded to strike out batter 1, batter 2. Batter 3 got to first base as his buddy Ian dropped the third strike. Ian, what are you doing to me, buddy? And then he proceeded to pick the kid off for the third out. And the first person to high-five him was Ian. I love it. Unfortunately, I missed that too. Dr. Scalea is the head of the University of Maryland Shock Trauma. He has now gotten involved and wants me immediately over there to that unit. He has directed all involved with my care that no one will do any more surgeries and that I am immediately be moved to his facility. Monday, 9:30. Every measure being taken to save my right hand. Currently still at St. Angus this morning. But then the afternoon call came that I'm being transferred to the University of Maryland. God bless Dr. Scalea. He and his team, when I got there, explained to me what had happened and to me that I had been unconscious for 12 days straight. The doctors are extremely pleased that the infection has not reached my brain as was originally anticipated. I was never told about that. I just found out about that here. I'm extremely sedated, and I have no recollection of the discussions with Dr. Scalea. Todd, Brad, Doug, and Jeff, well, they continue to be there all the time. The leadership of my company continue to calls every day for updates. Tuesday, October 1st, no dialysis today finally, but I still have a fever. Trauma team is trying to provide my wife with an assessment soon. I'm currently far from out of the water, and the decision is made that I will need additional amputations as necessary. Preston had an extremely rough morning dealing with everything and was going on to be challenged at home. God, I wish I could have been there to help him. Later in the afternoon, I regained slight consciousness but did not have full control of my faculties. Robin and Annette came to see me. I slightly remember their visit. We're finishing up this 2-week period now. 10/2, Wednesday, hyperbaric chamber sessions begin. 2 to 3 per day. Breathing tubes will be removed today. I don't think anybody realized how much that really hurt. I never really told anybody. Dr. Scalea reports no more amputations. He currently believes my kidneys have a full chance to recover. God, I didn't know that either. Tomorrow we'll start oxygen treatment to try to save my lives, and physical therapy is definitely coming in to see me to start a plan of attack. My boss, Mike, well, he took over responsibilities for me, my job, and combined with his efforts and the efforts of my team, work my responsibilities and cover my job. I'm so grateful to all of them. Robin and Annette, for the first time in 2 weeks, feel that I have a chance to survive. We're coming to the last 2 days of that critical 2 weeks. So Thursday, 10/3, the morning update was promising. Hyperbaric treatments continue throughout the day. My mom and sister came to see me. And this is the first time that I can recall them being there from being awake. I'm grateful to my sisters and my brother, my mom, for coming through and seeing me. Friday, 10/4, morning assessment is that I have a temperature and I'm going to need more blood cultures run to check out this. Hyperbaric chambers continue. Dialysis will happen again today. Physical therapy continues to start to get my muscles moving. Stephanie from Florida, our friend, she arrived today. It was great to see her. She hung out, said hello. Basically what happened now from the next couple months, and you'll see an follow-up at the end video of kind of where I'm at now, but the next couple months, I spent all of the holidays in either shock trauma or the rehab facilities, which was very tough to do, not having Thanksgiving or Christmas. I did get to see the kids in front of the Christmas tree in a picture, and got to do the holidays via Skype, which was tougher than I thought. But it was going to take me 5 to 8 weeks to kind of get coherent after waking up, which was tough. in and out of the rehab facility, back over for multiple surgeries. I believe we tabulated that I've had 8 surgeries since this has all happened to keep me going in the right direction. And it was going to be a long road, but it's a road that I welcome, and it's a road that I'm taking full throttle. And I look forward to showing all of my growth as I try to come back out of this over the multiple videos.
Well, the months of late October through March were very tough for me. I was either in shock trauma, as I was through the entire holiday season, or at the rehab facility. And I spent a lot of time struggling with that, both mentally and physically, as I wanted to be home with the family, and physically I was in a lot of pain. I was glad to hear that life went on at home somewhat normal. Amber got her junior ring and received that. She was so excited about it. And I was glad to see that the family was there to support her. I was so grateful for Robin to helping her with that. Preston, he got to go to the University of Maryland and see the Terps play. College baseball, he was so excited with his team. He got his picture taken with the Terps monument mascot, and he sent that to me. He was so excited about that. Amber spent a lot of time down at the stadium with her friend Carly, going to the Ravens games. I do miss doing that, the tailgating, and was hoping to do more of that when I got home, but was excited for her doing that. One tradition that kept going in our house was the annual placing of all the Christmas decorations and balloons. We're so excited to do that for all the kids in the community that come by and check it out. And the Moeller family came over and helped us with that. We were so grateful. Speaking of the Moellers, Coach Moeller at the high school did something very nice. He took the annual Catonsville Cup game that they play against the private schools where they donate money to a charity, and he made it go to the foundation that was put together to help with our surmounting medical bills. And I was so humbled that they did this for us. I wasn't able to attend, but I was able to hear about it. Amber played in the game. She's right there playing defense with her good friend Sophie, and she sent me this picture after the game over at the therapy location, and it made me smile seeing her being so happy playing basketball for the high school that we both graduated from, or she will be graduating from, and I did graduate from. That meant a lot. Of course, I got a team picture at the end, and I was very happy to see this from the girls, and so grateful that they took the time, again, to play this game for me, and we had a packed house. If you were one of the people that showed up and supported the event, I just say thank you. I appreciate that, of helping support the high school girls program and also what you did to support our family. I'm so grateful. Then we got word that there was going to be a special auction held. The This and That guys from their channel on YouTube and Mickey's Magic got together and came up with an idea to do a paint night to make paintings that they were going to do, works of art, and they were going to auction them off in the community for us to receive the funds. So if you were first a person that bid it on these items or actually bought these items, I humbly say thank you so much for trying to raise money to help cover our medical bills here at the house. This was so unexpected and so appreciated. Preston was ecstatic about it. He was texting me as bids went on. I wanted to go on live with everybody. I just couldn't medically do it. They had offered to do that, and I was so grateful, but just couldn't do it. So a special thank you to all of those people who participated in this event, whether you were bidding or actually received one. I want to personally say thank you to 6 individuals who really created this whole concept and came up with it. And that is Brandy and Dave. You're seeing their picture now for doing their picture and doing it. Shep from the Shep family, who did a great picture there. Steve from Steve's World, who said he did one of his best works that he's ever done. The smolty look of Zippity Doodad and his effort was greatly appreciated. Mickey's Magic Meg, her painting there was awesome. And Pearl Manhattan, who donated out of her personal collection bags and shirts and several other items to make this whole event go. I truly thank you, and I'm humbled by the support of all the Disney community. Not only were auctions done, but there were prayer chains by Resort TV 1, the This and That crew, Corey Meets World, Prince Charming Dav, so many others that went out and over above tried to make sure that everybody knew what was going on with us and that we needed your love. So if you took the time to think of us in any way, I say thank you. So as I worked on getting myself healthy, learning to sit up on my own again, trying to get used to the new me that was going to be out there in the rehab unit, I was made aware that at my house, the people from my Northeast team had showed up to help my wife. They came over, they did all kinds of yard work and cleaned up around the outside of the house to make the house look good. It was all the stuff I had on my to-do list, but wasn't getting done now that I was incapacitated in that way. Dennis Walsh, a good member of the family, I'm so grateful to him. He came over and cut up 2 huge, massive trees into firewood, split it all. My team then took their time and energy and they stacked it all for my wife so it was up off the grass and the yard was cleaned up and safe for the kids and the dogs in the backyard. I'm so grateful to all of them. I can't say thank you enough to those people who came to my house, and you see them here in the picture. I just say thank you, and I love you guys tremendously. Equally as important, I was shell-shocked to be sitting in my room one day, and I get a video message call from on my phone that I was noted was coming from Becky and Robin from my company. And for those of you that might know this gentleman, he is the heart and soul of the Ravens for the last, 10, 15 years. He is a all-pro linebacker and a massive, massive impact in the Baltimore community. He is a Hall of Famer in his own right, wearing his gold jacket, deserved and earned. I got to spend a whole day with Ray Lewis, thanks to my company, in Norfolk, meeting with the troops. He was down there doing a goodwill mission, which I was just overwhelmed that I got to spend the whole day with him and have lunch and talk with him and get to know him a little bit. It was awesome. And he was a true class act. We talked football, we talked family, we talked God. It was a great day. And I really love this picture of Ray and I together. But I was overwhelmed at the fact that Becky and Robin from my company had reached out to him when I got sick and let his people know what happened. And what you're about to see is what showed up on my phone, and I was just truly overwhelmed.
Pete, let me tell you something, man. First of all, it's a pleasure to meet you, but life is the craziest thing ever. Life throws so many things at us. And I truly believe this, that our true greatness is found in when we make up our mind, Pete, just to push through it regardless. Man, listen, Psalms 91 teaches something. It teaches just being safe in the Lord, right? Isaiah 54:17 also teaches that no weapon formed shall prosper. Yeah, it may prosper, Pete. And yeah, we may have to go through some things. But Pete, if we can push through, if we can keep going, if we can just make up our mind to say, no, I can't give in to what my circumstances is. I can only keep walking in the direction of my destiny. Every day. No, we're not asking for a good life. We're asking for the courage to make it through a tough life. That's life. And that's why tough times don't last. Tough people do. God bless you, man. This book by Becky and Robin, who love you dearly, and I'm telling you as a brother, you're in my heart. You're in my prayers, Pete. God bless you, my brother.
Welcome home, Coach Pete. We miss you. Welcome back, Coach Pete. What's up, Coach? I can't wait to get back on the field.
Welcome back, Coach Pete. Hi, Coach Pete. I'm glad you're home.
Welcome home, Coach Pete.
Welcome home, Coach Pete. Can't wait to see you on the field. Welcome home. Can't wait to see you on the field, Coach Pete.
Hey, Coach Pete. I'm so glad you're home. I can't wait to see you on the field.
Hey, Coach Pete. Welcome home.
Welcome home, Coach Pete.
want to take a minute and recognize the team over at Shock Trauma, because that's kind of where it all starts. And my entire medical group, I call them my trifecta of medical attention, are unbelievable. I'm so lucky to have the teams that I have, and it starts with Shock Trauma. They were the people that saved my life. Dr. Thomas Scalea, who is the head of Shock Trauma, and an amazing, incredible surgeon. He and his team, and I say team in emphasis over there, because from the top all the way down, they are professional. They are unbelievable. They took care of me. They saved my life. And I will forever be in the debt to every one of the nurses, surgeons, doctors, associates, every person that was over there that helped me out. And it was absolutely incredible. As you see, Thomas has been recognized by so many different publications. Here he is on the Top Doctors of Baltimore recognition, which was amazing to see him on that. In his biography, you see that he is a pioneer in leadership for advancing the field of shock and injury care, which is unbelievable to have someone who is looked at with such reverence in the community to have as my doctor is unbelievable. He currently, as I said, oversees Shock Trauma. They care for over 8,000 critically injured patients annually, which is unbelievable. It says, here as you're reading through that he works 100 hours per week. Honestly, I think it's more than that, because I think I saw him every day saying hello to me, asking me how I was doing. His team's coming in to look over me, and I am, again, so grateful. I can't say enough of how proud I am to have him and his team looking over me. He's been honored and recognized by so many different recognitions throughout the state of Maryland and in the United States. Again, he's got worldwide recognition, which is, I'm proud to be under his care. He did his education for medical school up in Virginia Commonwealth University, internship at St. Joseph's, and residency in upstate New York. And of course, now he is running the team there. He's got so many accolades that he's won that I couldn't get them all on the screen. I just want to throw a couple of them up there. And again, just say thank you to the entire Shock Trauma team for their care and first saving my life. I am lucky to be under the attention for all of my prosthesis with Dankmeyer Prosthetics and Orthotics. I'm very lucky to have those people. They're special. They're unbelievable in working with people like myself now that have this challenge of having a part of their body that is now no longer what it used to be, something new. And I can tell you that, again, true professionals, they're unbelievable. They've been very caring and gracious, supportive, 100%. I do love my team over at Dankmeyer, and I thank all of them. I was so glad to make a friend in the community who actually ended up working at Dankmeyer, who has a similar leg amputation that I do, Dawn, who was just absolutely fabulous to give me support and understanding of this new world that I have been in. I can tell you, when I was laying in the hospital, Dawn is one person from over there who stepped over and above and did more than she had to outside of her job to help me in this new capacity. I'm so grateful to Dawn and the entire team at Dankmeyer. They're just absolutely amazing people. I wanted to show you real quick a couple of my new pieces of my, as Preston calls it, my Terminator body. I have the arm there, which is a claw to start out with. I love it because it's got the Toy Story logos on it. This was the first day that I received that and got to use it. And I just wanted to kind of share it with everybody there. It's kind of different and unique in being able to have that, trying to learn to grab things with it. I'm very excited to have my leg. I have the amputation at the lower part of the knee. And again, it's a new part of my body, learning how to use it, and I'm determined to get up and walk and do the things I need to do. So again, thank you to everybody at Dankmeyer for the new pieces of equipment that I have to make my body go. I'm lucky enough to have my therapy going through Johns Hopkins Medicine and the team at Johns Hopkins over in Columbia. I have amazing therapists that work we have 2-hour sessions. We work one with my arm and try to promote that. And we work also an hour with my legs, getting me to set up. I have a team over there of people that are incredibly intelligent. I'm lucky, when you think about it, to have Johns Hopkins, shock trauma, and Dankmeyer, some of the top people recognized in the country as my direct associates to help with my medical care. And I'm just so grateful and humbled by it. And I'm not referencing a lot of names for my doctors and for my caregivers, my nurses, my providers. And I'm doing that out of respect because, one, I don't want to leave people out. And two, I don't want to use their names publicly without asking their permission. I haven't had full time to do that. So I want to be respectful. But I just want to, those people that are watching, that are my caregivers, that have been helpful for me from all the time at St. Agnes all the way to now, today, still working on my therapy. I humbly say thank you on behalf of my family, my friends, my kids. I say thank you. So again, just wanted to share this with you real quick. And now I'm going to send it over to present day and show you a little bit of what I'm doing to try to get back to a new normal.
So that's the journey that got us to here. And here is a day of saying thanks for the 400 some plus you that are in here. Thanks to my moderators who are cleaning up the junk. Thanks to Preston, my producer, who's here with me and not in the bathroom. And thank you to special people who got to be a part of this path. And I want to welcome in my special guest. I don't know what happened to bring him back in. There we go, Kelly. I'm getting some backup, so if you might have to go to mute. So in here with us right now, and I have two other friends who are going to join me in a few minutes, just so that everybody knows here, is Todd Shaw, who was best man at my wedding, who was there with me every day along the way as I went through the coma. Robin Wilkie, who was every day there for our family and did everything to help, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Kelly Myers in the Mouse, my partner channel, who was so inspirational to me, and we'll talk about that for a few seconds, and the unbelievable Donna Jaworski and Sam hiding in the background there. So, guys, welcome to what has been a very tough day for me. So, it's I guess it's been interesting. So I think I guess the first thing to start with is Todd. I'll start with you. You were there every day during the coma, and I'm grateful. But from your eyes, where are we at? How bad was it?
I thought I was gonna be writing a eulogy for a funeral. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Well,
Yeah, when I first saw you, like I said, we had no idea you were sick, and we got an email saying to come see Pete before it's too late, and we had no idea anything this was even going on.
I joined the club. I didn't either. So, I came home here, sat in the office. I sent the text. Next thing I know, I woke up a long time later with people telling me parts of my body were in the river. So I didn't know. In a van down by the river, maybe. So, Robin, you were unbelievable. You, with the support of our leadership of our team here to the house, and pretty much lived at the house supporting my wife and the net. We're forever grateful. But I guess you got to see everything firsthand of how it was going from your eyes. A little crazy.
Yeah, it was hard to watch the video. I didn't realize it was going to be so hard. I recognized Todd and of course Preston. Being in those yellow robes and the masks and saying goodbye every day and watching your family and your close friends suffer was, second to watching you suffer was pretty difficult, but it's a great day today.
Yeah, we're moving forward, and I'm appreciative of that. And I also, Donna, before I start with you, so I don't lose myself, I thank you for the super chat earlier. I did notice it. Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
You're welcome.
But I'm so grateful for that. I appreciate it. So, Donna, during the whole time, for those of you who don't know, Donna and R. Johns and Sam, and kind of Nick too, because he was with them most of the time, were checking in on Preston every day. They were sending it felt like every day Preston was coming to see me with something new from Disney that Donna had sent him. I just want to thank you for taking the time to look out for him. You don't know how much it meant.
Oh, Pete, it was my pleasure. Preston, I consider like a son to me. And we had seen you, as you know, just right before you fell ill. And, you were trying to be the big hero and just tell us you had the flu. And when we didn't hear back from you, I knew something was not right. And that's when Nick and I put our heads together and said, we've got to figure out what's going on here. And, we got in touch with Steve and everybody, and we figured out you're in pretty big trouble there. And we said we need to figure out what we can do to help you and to help Preston, because I know how difficult that had to have been for him especially.
Yeah. Todd, I'm gonna put you in the back for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang tight. I hope I'm doing this right. If I don't do it right, check back in a minute, okay? Hold on. Boom. And I'll get to this gentleman real quick in 1 second. Donna, so thank you. I appreciate it. I guess it's only proper that if I'm going to go to the next person that I do things the right way, the way he would want me to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, phone lines are open as we sit down and talk with Myers and the Mouse in my house. Kelly was so instrumental as not only my partner channel, but as he served in the military, and everybody knows how passionate I am about the military. Kelly saved lives. He's a hero. And he was there talking to me the whole time. As soon as I woke up about the things I needed to do. And Kelly, I'm grateful, man. I really am, and I want you to know that. I want to thank you for keeping me a spot, not like Dole and Dad kicked me off the show. But Kelly, it was crazy from your vantage point, huh?
It was. I got a phone call from a panicked Dave. Have you talked to Pete today? I said, no. He said, he just called me and nothing made sense. I have no idea what's going on. And so that's when we all started trying to figure out what was happening, what was going on. And, I'm talking to Steve over there and trying to figure out, hey, something's up. We got to figure out what's going on. So it was tough. It was hard not knowing, and trying to respect your family and everything like that. But once we started getting some information and hearing, I'm hearing from Preston. Preston's emailing me, texting me and stuff, and we're talking. It was hard for us to hear, and we were all shocked because, like you, one minute you're at Disney, the next minute we find you're in the hospital.
Yeah.
And it was shocking for us, but we love you, Pete, and you've been inspirational in our lives prior to this. I don't want to make your head big, but now you're so much more inspirational to us, brother. You have no idea. And we love you. We love your family. And we're just honored to be a part of your life. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that, Kelly. It means a lot. And every guys are just, you guys are so important to me. And I'm going to get back to Robin in a second because I had to take a breath because I couldn't finish what I got to say to Robin. Stephen, brother.
Somebody.
Oh, God, get me through this. What you and the boys did at Peg, raising money when you didn't have to, and sending it to my wife. What you and Walt did, going to my son's game when I couldn't be there. I can never repay you. And I thank you.
You don't ever have to. You are part of our family. You're part of this community. That's what we do for family, man. It was the right thing to do. And plus, I mean, look, we all love you. We all care about you. And, I had the ability to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. So, no, you're fantastic. And I'm glad you pulled through this. I was obviously a little bit behind the scenes with your wife talking to me about what was actually going on.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't get a toaster sent to us, though. What the heck?
You didn't what?
I didn't get a toaster sent to us.
Oh, yeah. I need to start mailing out toasters. That's a good thing to do. So, no, you guys are absolutely amazing, man. And I would do it 10 times over without a hesitation. So, I love you guys so much. And, like one of my brothers was down. I had to go see him. So.
I love you, brother. I appreciate you jumping in. I know you got stuff going on there with the
family. I do. I apologize for that, but
okay.
I wasn't gonna at least jump on and say hi. So
I love you. I appreciate you being here.
I love you too, man.
I'll catch you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Todd.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Todd, if you're still there, come back in. I'll bring you back in, or Jeff, if you want to. Robin, Kelly, go ahead. I'm sorry. Hands up. Go ahead.
I need to say one thing, Pete.
Can I do one thing before you do this? Because I know I'm going to lose it. I got to do something to make me smile. I know that
okay.
I know that Diz Our Dream is in the chat.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
Okay, I'll go ahead.
He owes you sprinkles.
Yes, he does still. Pete, I have to say this. We talk about being positive, and we talk about empowering other people. And you and I've talked about this before. And all the amazing good things that you have done for so many people, not only in this community, in the military community, and all around you, has come back to you tenfold. And I know you never expected that. And we know that you, in a heartbeat, would have been there for us, just like we tried to be there for you. And you need to know that.
Well, I appreciate that, Kelly. And I look at it this way, in two aspects. And one, first off, it's kind of like I got to get the Jimmy Stewart It's a Wonderful Life moment. I got to see how many lives I touched. I didn't know I'd have to give an arm and a leg to do it, but I got to see how many lives I touched. The other thing was, and this is kind of where the curveball is before I get to my other guest, and I got something I got to get off my chest to Robin, is that I don't think anybody sees the curveballs that are here, because I'll use curveballs because Preston's baseball. there's three curveballs here. One, the reason I'm doing this is I need to get over this and move on to the next part, the next chapter of my life. And to be able to do that, I needed to have a way that I could move on. And if people come up and want to talk to me about this, that I can say, here's where you can go and find out about that. I'm going to pull the actual video part out, make it its own thing, and that way people can go see it. Two, I want to inspire those that are now part of my community, the disabled community, those who are struggling, those who need support, those who need to realize that you can do anything through positive thinking, those who realize that life is not over just when things happen. I want to be there for them and help them, and I'm going to look. I've already started looking into new ways to be supportive to others. But three, the biggest curveball that nobody sees coming is, with all due respect to 514 people in right now, as much as I love every person in here that I've made contact with and those that I may be new to that I hopefully get a chance to know you, this wasn't for you today. It's for my grandkids in case I don't make it. Because they've told me that I've got to watch and be careful because I'm not out of the woods yet. I got to fully heal. And if I don't make it, if I don't wake up tomorrow, I want my grandkids to have something to know who I was. So really, that's what this is for. But it helps me all the way. Jeff, I'll get to you. You got to hang on 1 second, brother. Yeah.
No rush, buddy. No rush.
Dole Whip Dad's here. Let me make sure he feels welcome. Okay. Robin, I can't tell you how much you mean to me. You are like a sister to me. We didn't hit it off first couple days together in our lives. You hated me, I hated you. I did everything I could to sabotage you. It was really ugly, you know. With what your husband does for the military, I'm lucky I'm still here from that. But you are an amazing person. You stood by me when you didn't have to. You came in here and jumped in and supported my wife. You, as a representative of the company and my company, I can't say enough to the people in my company who supported me, who reached out to me after the fact, who respected the direction that was decided by my wife and the owners of our company to keep this quiet until we figured out what was going on. But to you and the other of our company who stepped in, my boss, Mike, who really jumped in, I just say thank you. I love you to death. You're always there for me, still to this thing now, which, by the way, I got some paperwork we got to talk about tomorrow. It's phenomenal. Phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Here, now we're down. It's back to Sunday night. You're on with everybody, with me crying. Come on.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Jeff. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. Welcome to the show. Jeff Moeller, ladies and gentlemen, a good friend who was there through the whole thing. Thanks for giving a call in, buddy.
Hey, anytime.
We're just kind of talking about in general what all happened and how you felt and all that. If you want to throw your 2 cents in, you're more than welcome.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking that.
So, it was a year ago, Pete, where got a call from a mutual friend, Brad Harrison, and asked me to sit down and let me know that you were in the hospital and things weren't going so well. And for me, that's when the journey began, with you. And, at that point, it was all hands on deck to make sure that you knew that you were the fighter who you were. And you proved us all right. You were incredible throughout the whole process. And can't say I've ever seen anybody hang in there through that much adversity and never give up and, just battle for so long. It was just so inspiring. And I felt, every time I went to visit you, I was inspired by you. So
I appreciate you, Jeff. You were here for the family. You looked after Preston. You helped my wife, but your dad made some phone calls to help me get to shock trauma. And, if he and Vicky aren't doing what they did, I don't get down to Thomas. And if I don't get down to Thomas, I'm not sitting here. So I will be forever grateful to, your family and our family goes back 4 or 5 generations together overall in this town. And it just goes to show, your son's great friends with my son, and the way life goes, I'm just forever grateful to the Moeller family and to you. And, You know, just everything. Thank you.
Oh no! Well, you know what? Like I told you, we talk a lot, Pete. And I told you, like this is just something that for us it was, you know, again, like we enjoyed being there for you, and we were inspired being there for you, and you know, one of the coolest things that I did, you know, and this is a testament to your son, is you know when you're always on a Disney schedule with your with your lawn ornaments and everything, and because of the illness. You know, I'm mad at you, man. You dropped the ball in the Christmas decorations last year. I guess I got to give you a pass, but
yeah, well,
but we went over, and your son was I didn't even need to be there because your son knew exactly what to do, exactly where things went, exactly how things were wired. It was like something that you know, clearly he had been raised by his dad and taught well by his dad. And that was just an awesome thing to experience. You know, so you know, to show you the impact that you've had on people in your life, and that's really what this is about. You know, it's about your perseverance, your inspirational story, but what you meant to people when you were totally healthy, and that's why everybody wanted to rally around you because you're a special part of our lives, and we wanted to make sure that you knew that we were there with you and that we were going to do what we could to help make sure that you were here today to do your show.
Well,
so
thank you. I appreciate it, Jeff. I thank you for everything you did for the family, your support, and for calling in for us, buddy. We love you.
We love you too, Pete. You're doing awesome things. So
that's good. Thank you. Tell Jake take 10 more extra batting practice swings for me today.
You got it.
Bye-bye. Love you.
See you.
All right. So just finishing up real quick, Robin. Again, thank you. You know.
Well, Pete, you do it for any one of these 500 people, even if you didn't know them, you would. So that's the common thing we all know. We don't all know each other, but we all know you and we know your heart. And, you know, we work for two amazing men, and Mike Emery and Susan and his wife, and the dinners that we had with your family in those first 2 weeks or something I'll never forget, helping, you know, Nanette navigate through it. And I just wanted to thank Becky Sperlin, our CFO, for encouraging me that very first day to write that journal every night before I went to bed in your house, laying on that bed. I just wrote that journal. I never knew if you'd read it or not, but it just had everything. When Preston hit a home run, or the girls got their tattoos, and Kayla got the dog, and Nanette broke down, and all of those things, that just a daily recap as you were going through them. I just was really grateful to Becky and to Mike and Susan, and for all those people who came in those first few weeks, and all your friends and family who just kind of held your family up in prayer, and just, you know, wrap their arms around your kids and Nanette. And I just, big thanks to Becky for encouraging me to write that journal.
Absolutely. I'm forever grateful to Becky for that. And I'll just say this before I get to Jeff, because he's my next one, is if for all those from my company, whether you're a client, whether you're an employee of my company, whether you're our associates that we worked with at the military on base, here's what I'll say to you. If I've ever picked up the phone and called you, if I've ever sent you a happy birthday note, or if I've ever sent you a, hey, happy Father's Day, or hey, congratulations on your tenure time, if I've ever taken the time to stop and talk to you in the hallway, you know that you're special to me. I can't get to everybody, but if I sent you a note saying I wanted you here, it's because you made an impact in my life. I love my company. I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I don't know what I would do without my company. I just celebrated 20 years, and I put my damn 20-year pin on myself because I'm not waiting. I didn't care. But and I know right somewhere right now Michelle's having a fit, but I put it on, and I'm proudly where I should have wore it today. But I love what I do. I love my OS family, okay? And I will forever be grateful to all of our leadership that supported us, and, you know, God bless Becky for doing that. Real quick, two things before, Jeff. I know I'm putting you on hold, but I'm sorry, bud. If you feel like it's a normal Thursday night, I keep putting you on hold. I want to thank MY for becoming a member of our channel. I truly appreciate that. And we had the third baseman for the Giants, Matt Williams, became a member today also. Thank you very much. Jeff, before I get to you, I'm going to go over across the pond to England. You got to go to England every time once on my show. Go ahead, Disney Dan, you're on with all of us.
Hey, pal, it's so good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too, brother. It's up?
Pete, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. You might have that pillow over your head, but I can hear you.
It's so good to be here with you and be with everybody here in this community. And I just wanted to come on and just say, you are one of the strongest people that I think I've ever met, and we've had such amazing times together. And just following you on this incredible journey and trying to send my prayers from across the pond. I wish I was there to, support you more. Obviously, with the big ocean in the way, that prevented me to do that. But, if I just every day sending those prayers and sending that love to you, brother, because, what we had at Disney and all those hilarious times, there was just something really special. And, you are a true inspiration to everybody here. You are incredible. You are really incredible, dude.
Dan, I thank you. I love you to death. The fact that you take the time at midnight your time to call over here or whatever, it's close to midnight over there, over across the pond to spend a few moments with me. I thank you. I love you. I would like to point out that the last time you saw me, you did throw a drink in my face.
But you owe me a drink in my face next time. So.
Well, as long as you make your bed tonight, I'll be happy.
I will be, buddy.
He's Disney Dan. We love him. Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bud.
Dole Whip Dad, my partner in crime. Yeah.
How are you?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm obligated to do this right now or not, but I'll do it anyway. Partner channels, Dole Whip Dad, Myers and the Mouse. I'm not sure if I have to do that or not.
Well, it's not what I expected.
I
expected some horrible noise.
I didn't expect that either.
Yeah, I thought like some whistle or some minor yelling at me about offsides or something. By the way, hello, Robin. Nice to meet you.
Robin, Jeff, Robin, Jeff.
And hi, Donna, and hi, Kelly, and hi, Sam, and hi, Preston. I don't mean to ignore everybody.
So,
hi, Robin.
Walt, call back, buddy. I hit. There we go. You got to sit. Hang tight there, caller. We'll get to you in a second. So, Jeff, I love you to death. You and Kelly.
Love you too, man.
Hanging tight. I know you were looking out for me and talking about me and doing prayer chains on our show, and I'm just forever grateful that you guys welcomed me back with open arms when I got back up. I'm not happy that you let Kelly's team win the Super Bowl. You were supposed to do stuff back
that was not the team for me. Trust me.
you let me tell there, but I guess it was kind of wild for you too, huh, bud?
I love people who prove me right, and you prove me right. Prayer works, and that's all. I mean, me and Kelly talked a lot. We would do our show, and it was always at the end of the show we'd just say, how do we handle this? And we I don't know where it came from, but I know, Kelly, I hope you agree with this. We both just said, just hold the seat and he'll be back. And we don't know when, and who cares about the details? In the beginning, Pete, details were hard to get. And I think Kelly said this. You want to know because we love you, but you don't want to pry because obviously there was wishes to, hey, it's a personal issue and you'll find out when you find out. So that was hard for me, right? But you just lay off and just Kelly and I would talk about it and pray, and we'd get together a week and talk a little football and have a little fun. And I made fun of the Ravens as much as I could with or without you there. And I'm actually mad at you because the Chiefs winning is way worse than the Ravens winning. So, but I'm glad we're here a little more than a year after we bumped into each other in Orlando and celebrating.
Well, I'm truly humble and honored to call you my friend. Zip, I saw your super chat. Thank you.
Nice, Zip. Good job. By the way, why don't we all have Team Pete shirts? Is that a thing that I just missed out on, or those ladies doing?
My Northeast team. My wife let it be known through Robin that there was a list that I had to do at the house. There were some trees we had taken down, some work that needed to be done in the backyard, and Robin took it upon herself to bring the team over on a Saturday, and they all had Team Pete shirts on, and
those were cool.
I was touched when I was laying in bed, and I really wasn't too confident, was I yet, Robin? I was still kind of out of it, But they took care of everything. Dennis Walsh cut everything up, and these guys loaded stuff up. And I do remember Robin telling me, "We threw this out, we threw that out of the backyard. Deal with it." And I'm like, "Oh God."
Pete, Teresa Catlett did those shirts for you.
Did she? Okay, I didn't know Teresa did. Thank you, Teresa. I love Teresa. So that's very nice. Before I go to my next,
I want a team feature.
Before I go to my next caller, Jeff joined the chat here as usual, and of course we had comments coming in. I want to go to this caller real quick.
Well, that was different. Yep, lousy but different.
Yeah, lousy but different. Yeah, Jeff here.
I love those guys.
We're gonna go off onto a call real quick. Mouse Talk, Walt, you're on the house. You're up, buddy. Go ahead.
Pete, first off, I just want to call and tell you just how much we all love you so much, pal. And Pete's back. I mean, it's awesome to have you back, man. It's a testament to everyone in the chat that's on the screen. First off, thank you to everyone that's in the chat and on the screen for doing what you've done to help Pete. It's an amazing thing, the community that we have, and it's amazing because you're part of it, Pete, and you're still here, and your son's wonderful, and we love you. And this is just the tip of the iceberg when we show how much we care, because we do. You have great people around you. We were very lucky that you lived where you live, because we have some really great doctors in Maryland. We really, really do. And
the amazing thing for people that don't know it, I met Walt through the Disney community, and I was watching a chat one day, and he referenced something locally around my house, and I was like, "What the hell's this guy talking about?" And so I reached
Creeper
out.
knows where I live.
Yeah, I think he was doing the Tracy Glenn. He was seeking me out, and so I reached out to him and said, "Hey, where do you live? You want to go to Hey, Genevieve, thank you for the super chat. Thank you."
Thanks, Jeff.
I reached out to him and said, "Hey, you want to go to a baseball game?" And he reluctantly said yes, but he said, "I'll meet you there." He didn't want to meet me anywhere else. He met me at the game because he didn't know me from Adam. But you did. You wore a Mouse Talk shirt, and we met you. We sat at the game. It was great. That's how I found him, because he's wearing a Mouse Talk shirt. And we talked about family. We talked about Disney. We talked about life. Preston ran around and got baseballs. And at the end of it, I turned to him and said, "Can you tell me, now that we know each other, how the hell did you know about this land point?" He goes, "Well, how do you know about it?" I said, "Well, here's where I live." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I live 5 minutes from you." I've lived 5 minutes from Walt for a long time. We never even crossed paths, but we did because of Disney. And
That's so
for
cool.
you to, Walter, again, just like Steve, for you to do what you did, to come out and go to Preston's game and support him playing soccer when I was laid up in a bed in a coma. Dude, again, it'll never go without being thought about, and I appreciate it. Okay?
We love you, man. We really, really do. Everybody, again, thank you for everyone who's helped Pete. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to know all of you, the people that are on the screen right now. Robin, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I can't say it enough. Thank you to your wife as well, Pete, for all that she's done for you. And just thank you, everybody. This is actually a really joyous occasion. It really, really is, because Pete's here, and we're able to celebrate him with him. And this is fantastic. So I love all of you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Walt.
And Pete, we'll see you soon. Pete's back, everybody.
Absolutely. Love you, buddy. Bye-bye.
It's Walt.
I'll take one or two more calls, because I know a couple people called. We're trying to get through. If you were, you can call back. And I'm sorry, Todd has been, I don't know what happened. I lost him. Hopefully he'll try to come back in. So I just want to make sure I state again that I'm grateful to my wife for the decisions that she made, although she didn't think they were right. I'm grateful to my kids for sticking by this and working through it. I am forever grateful to my company, the owners of my company, for 20 years of support consistently. I stood on a stage about 5 days before I collapsed. And one of the last things I said, Robin, if you remember, was that if I pass away today, or I die today, I've lived a full life, and it's the best thing because of this company and my family. I did almost die, and it's still the best thing. So I'm happy to be there. Jersey Mike, thank you for your super chat. I'm grateful for that. I'm required by contract to tell everybody to subscribe to Zippity Doo Dad. I don't know why. Carlos, go ahead. You're on with our group.
Pete.
Yes.
Man, I just, you have no idea what you mean to me and to the rest of us. You know that. I say that, but you really don't know. I know you mentioned your mom earlier. You know the story between me and your mother. I saw your story on Facebook and what was going on, and I didn't know who to reach out to for any info. And I don't even know you. I didn't know you, but you touched me in such a way through YouTube, through Resort TV One, and all the Disney community that I had to find out what was wrong. So, you know, I can start those prayers for you and everything. And, you know, your mother, again, for not even knowing me or knowing anything about me, sent me a message and kept me in the loop.
Didn't she? I think she gave you my social security number.
Pretty close to it. Pretty close to it. She gave me the address for Sprinkles, but me, just like Jeff, we won't mail it out. But no,
right.
Your mother, again, not knowing me from a hole in the wall, just a name, kept me in the loop. So I personally want to thank your mother on this stream for what she did.
I do. And just so everybody knows, let me explain real quick. Georgie, I see you leaving. I love you. Thank you for coming in. Carlos and I didn't know each other from Adam. It got out what was going on with me. Carlos reached out to my mother through Facebook trying to find out what was going on with me because he was kind of new to the community at that point, kind of. You know, he sent well wishes and he checked it on me and sent, you know, notes and everything through my mom. And I did tell Carlos the truth. My mother came in and said, Carlos, the freak of Disney, he's reaching out. He really cares for you.
I mean, not wrong.
And I was laying on drugs and said, what the F is a freak of Disney? Or something to that effect. And then I found out later.
It's a new YouTube channel tomorrow. Somebody.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful for Carlos and for what you did. And I thank you for what you did. You didn't have to. So.
Well, I'm really grateful for every time you've reached out, you know, after my, you know, minor heart attack compared to anything you've gone through. But you, just 2 days ago, you called me up just to see how I was doing, Pete. Again, you have no idea what you mean to this community. To me personally and my family, buddy. We love you. It's great seeing you on there. We're all teary-eyed. We're all loving it. And you're right. It's not about us. It's about you and your family tonight. And God bless you, buddy. God bless everybody on the screen. Everybody's been watching.
Hey, Carlos, I thank you for calling in. I truly appreciate you. I love you. And you know how much you mean to me. But I will leave you with one thing. The Ravens will be playing the Patriots very soon. And I want you to know what you're going to hear.
Mark Andrews for 6, and the Ravens are on the board.
I just wanted to let you know that.
Well, I'm going to send you some Patriot shorts because those darn purple things you're wearing are not working out, buddy. I'm telling you.
We got Carlos. I'm sorry, the signal's going. Goodbye. So
see you, buddy.
Look, I want to finish it up here. We've been going for a while. I appreciate everybody that sat in. I guess I want to do it in the tradition of how I normally do the show and I will start up top with Robin and kind of go around for kind of your final thought before we go. Robin?
You know, as you were talking, I just couldn't help think of Nanette and Kayla and Amber and Preston and how you've embraced those agonizing decisions that she had to make in those really dark times and to see you and to know that you're okay with those decisions is very heartwarming, and to see your kids doing so well. I just wanted to congratulate and just to kind of shout out to Nanette that, you know, she did the best she could under some really difficult circumstances. And I'm just thankful that you guys are whole and your family is there. And I just wish you the best of the holiday season that was so dark last year. It's just so positive now. Amen. I'm really thankful for what you're going to get to experience in the next 3 months. So very, very happy for you.
Thank
Preston, you too, buddy.
I love you. I got to real quick acknowledge these. Some fast passes came through to our channel. Tina McNeil, Mary Kehoe. Oh my God. Wow. That's the biggest super chat I've ever gotten in my life. Lady Jammers, thank you. MY, oh my God, thank you. You guys don't have to do that. I guess these all go to you, huh? Because you're the producer.
Say yes.
Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec, Caitlin. I can't believe the pond is calling again. Go ahead. We're going across the pond.
Pete, hello. It's the great Marco here.
Yes, it is the great Marco. Jimmy, more sunshine, please. Thank you for the super chat. Go ahead, Marco.
Pete, I just want to say, what a touching, what a moving video that's been today. I mean, I knew your story, but watching it and seeing it, it's so powerful. And I'll tell you the bit that got me the most, the bit that you said, you're not doing this for people in the chat, you're not doing this for you, but you're doing this for your grandkids in case you don't make it. And I just want you to know, Pete, that there are so many people around the world praying for you and your family. You're a strong guy. You've been through so much, but there are so many people that have got your back, that are praying hard for you and your family, Pete. We believe you're going to pull through this. And I just want, your family and your grandkids, if they ever do watch this, because you are going to make it, Pete, and your grandkids are still going to watch this, whether you make it or not, they're going to watch this. I want your grandkids to know that, I'm in the UK, I've never met you in person, Pete. Hopefully one day I will. I've never met you. You've touched so many people. You've helped so many people. So I just want you and your family and everybody to know that you're such a loving guy and such a caring guy.
Well, Marco,
that's really just all I wanted to say.
I thank you for taking the time to call me. LSU Mom, thank you for your super chat.
Good stuff, buddy. Thanks, man.
I'm so grateful. Marco, we haven't met in person, but we've crossed paths a lot through this community, and you're an amazing person in your own right and valued and trusted. And again, for you to take the time out of your schedule and the cost to call over from the UK, I'm grateful. And I say thank you. I'm proud to call you my friend. But before I let you go, can I ask you one question? Can you tell me how many times I'm going to have to pay Corey money for using the word amazing during this video time today? I'm just curious.
Quite a few.
Quite a few. I love you, brother. Thank you.
Love you too, Pete.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, real quick before I go to this other call, Faith, Hope, and Disney Barber, thank you. That's so nice. Andy Frisco, holy God. I just don't know what to say. Thank you, Andy. You didn't have to do that. Caitlin, you're on Love and Disney World. Craig, thank you. Craig. Whoever I'm talking to. Caitlin. You're on with the group. I'm sorry. This is not my normal. Tomorrow night when I'm on with Jackie, I'll be back on my game. You can bank on that. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Well, Pete, I'm crying with you. I also heard news about a cast member friends being laid off again. And you are been such an amazing human. I've never met you. I'm brand new to this community. You're the first person that contacted me wanting me to be on a show. And I can't be more grateful.
Well, thank you, Caitlin. I'm grateful for you and for the challenges that you have, and you and I are in a together boat where we've got our own challenges medically to work with, but we'll continue to do it. And like I told you before, you can do anything you want in life if you believe in yourself. Remember that. Okay?
We're gonna empower the world together and tell people that our dreams don't stop with just something that happens to you.
Absolutely.
It happens. You take it every day with you, and Pete, anytime you need somebody to understand you, to hear you, just know that I'm here anytime. You can text or call me anytime.
Well, I truly
love you.
I love you too. We appreciate you. Do me a favor and text Diz Our Dream when we get done, or send him a direct message and tell him he needs to get me sprinkles. Okay?
I will. I've been sending him messages in the chat.
I thank you.
I will get you Aaron McKenna's myself when we meet in person.
Awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. We love you. But Caitlin, make it blue, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate her.
Thank you,
Going
Caitlin.
back around, final thought. I'm grateful to everybody that super chatted. This was not about that today. I'm humble, and I will use all of that to put it for my kids for Christmas. So I appreciate that. Jeff? You're up.
I don't like following awesomeness, so I'm just gonna say thanks for inviting me, and I'm humbled to be here, and I'm glad that you're here. And bring on Thursday night, and let's talk some football and holidays and future and have fun.
Hold on. Well, if you're gonna follow greatness, you better bring on greatness. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to bring on greatness. Mr. World, you're on with everybody.
Oh, that's great. That's crazy, buddy.
Mr. World.
You know I love you.
Oh, I love you, buddy. And I had to call just to say how amazing this stream is. It's been absolutely amazing. And if I can say amazing a few more times and work it in without it sounding obvious.
How much money do I owe you for using that word? That's Corey's word, ladies and
I don't
gentlemen.
have a copyright on it. But if we're using it to describe you, then it's always free because Pete,
Nice.
you know how much you mean to me and how much you mean to all of us in this community, and living through your story, throughout all of this time, ever since, I got to meet Pete for the first time not long before
This
you
happened.
went through this.
Yeah.
It was literally right before, and it was kind of crazy because it was that, hey, Pete's really sick, and I'm like, wait a minute, the Pete we just met, the energetic guy that was here with his son, and we had so much fun, and all we did was just keep praying for you, and it was so awesome to see you come out the other side as strong as you have. And the thing that's so inspiring, Pete, about all of it is what you've turned all of this into. It wasn't just you came out and now you're better and you're just back to doing your normal thing. It's sharing this story with everyone, but also the being inspired to do what you've done for the community is what's been so amazing about it. And the other part of it too, through this whole thing, if you ever wondered about Pete's character and about the type of person that Pete is, you can just look at that little guy sitting right next to him there, and it'll tell you the whole story. Pete's an amazing guy, amazing father, amazing friend, and I'm so happy to call you my friend, and thank you so much for all you do.
I am extremely proud to call you my friend. A quick story about Corey is, when I got into this community, I was following Josh and Jenna when it was just Josh, before Jenna came in and took over the operation. She's the boss. And then I was following Corey and I was following Dev, and they introduced me to Magical News Live, and they were kind of the four that I was following. And I reached out to Corey one day wanting to meet with him, and I couldn't get there in time. If you remember, with traffic, you remember that call? Mm-hmm. And Corey really didn't know me from Adam, but he was such the class act about it. And I really started pushing for his channel and trying to help him grow. And I can't wait to be there for you when you hit that 100K, because you're gonna. If I have anything to do about it, it's gonna happen. And I love you because you are who you are. You taught me through your actions and your deeds of how you take care of those two little girls, of how to be a better father. And I know at times I need to be a better husband to my wife. Robin and I have had that conversation, that I could be better. We had it in the hospital room about doing things to be better. And you have been a model for me, and I am so proud that God has given me a gift of you and all these other people that I've had a chance to meet through this community, Corey. So I love you to death.
I appreciate that. And we love you, and we thank you again for all you continue to do for us, and just for being that person, for being Pete. We all love Pete. So thank you so much, buddy.
And I've got nothing to do with Dole Whip Dad sitting on a Thursday night show saying, don't go over to Corey, stay here and watch football.
I would never.
But I did.
Don't listen to anything that guy has to say.
I agree with that.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, this guy is phenomenal. He is as honest and as blessed, and I think the people here, Donna's shaking her head, he is what you see. I want to get Corey up to the amount of subscribers he deserves. This wasn't about this today, but Corey, I'm going to do it. That's how much I think of you. Go check out Corey. He's amazing. We love him. Okay?
Thank you.
We'll talk soon.
Good night.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
See you,
All right,
buddy.
Johns, thank you for super chatting. Again, you didn't have to do that. So grateful. I'm going to go back and read all these messages later when I can do it and just try to breathe as I'm going through it. And I know we had one other caller tried to call in, tried to call back. Donna, to you, final thought as we work through it?
I just want to say that each day that I wake up and I know you are here and are doing as well as you are is a blessing to me, and it makes me so happy. And just having you as a friend, as part of my chosen family, means the world to me. And you support all of us more than anyone. I mean, you're the biggest proponent of the whole community, and you hold such a special place for all of us, I think. And I'm just honored and blessed to have you in my life. And I'm just thankful for you. I love you so much. And I love Preston and Annette and the girls. You all mean so much to me.
You know, are like Robin. You're like family to us. We look at you that way. A lot of times I hear from somebody, "Oh, I'm not doing that. Miss Robin said this, Aunt Robin this, Miss Donna that." I don't want to hear it. So, you know, oh, MY, Mary, you did not have to do that. You really.
She's done a couple of those now. Mary, that's amazing.
I mean,
Thank you to everybody. That's amazing.
I'm truly humbled. It's not often that I'm lost for words, and today's definitely one of them. So
we're gonna have to do one of these every pregame for Thursday, so I can talk on those.
Oh God. Before I get over to Kelly, just real quick, Sam, can Preston go on Instagram later and go around? Sam, can Preston go on Instagram later? Is he allowed on Instagram? Sam owns Instagram, in case anybody. She's always on there, so I always have to ask permission to make sure. I love Sam. Sam's going to be a guest on my channel coming up. I can't wait.
Sam's awesome.
Hold on.
Club in a bathroom because your wife kicked you out of the bedroom. I knew you were a stand-up guy when you went live for the very first time to help Kelly drive home on a trip because of a hurricane. And I want to thank Robin for what she did for those of us that weren't able to do that.
Hold on one sec, Stacy. For my guest, I didn't kick you out. The beta did. If you want to come back in, you can. Just come back in real quick so we can finish up. Go ahead, Stacy, while we're waiting on them.
Yeah, I want to thank Robin for all she did for you there that none of us were able to do, for those of us that weren't able to do that. And I want to thank your family for sharing you with us.
Well, I appreciate that, Stacy.
And just know that we've had your back the whole time, and just so glad you're back with us.
Well, I appreciate that, Stacy. You mean the world to me. I'm very appreciative of you and the friendship that's come out of it. It's not my fault you throw snowballs at Santa, but you know, Jeff told me.
I can't help it. Jeff was in the Santa costume.
Well, that's a good thing. Jeff told me I'm contractually obligated to say that about you. So, you know.
Whatever. You kick us all out so she can talk stuff? Whatever.
No, ECAM did it on its own. I hope Donna comes back. Lisa T, thank you so much.
I heard ECAM also doesn't like people who don't like Santa. That's what I heard.
Whoever's got it on the background, you have to top down there because he's coming through real quick. Who was that? Robin, maybe?
Thank you for so much. Thank you.
Stacy, we love you. Thank you. Appreciate you, everything you do. Stacy's an incredible moderator and important in our community. We lost Donna, which I love Donna, so hopefully she comes back. ECAM did it. All of a sudden, it just went and kicked everybody out. So
ECAM doesn't like people who throw snowballs at Santa. I've been telling you this for years.
My ECAM must coordinate with my wife. So
I'm gonna. Where is your wife? She's been off apply.
She's actually working with Taylor on some homework.
And Kelly, are you okay with me sharing about Taylor?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Donna. Let me bring her back in. Donna Preston did it.
He hasn't been in the bathroom yet. It's.
I'll talk.
I'm surprised he's been there that long.
Yeah, he stayed here pretty long this time. I truly, first of all, appreciate all these super chats. You don't know how grateful I am. Oh God, the phone line keeps ringing. I'm trying to get off here. Hold on, caller. I'll get to you in 1 second because I want to get back to Kelly. Let me do the caller first, then Kelly. Go ahead, caller. You're on. It's Mike Wheeler. You're in house with everybody.
Hey there, Pete.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, Mike.
That when I heard the news, roughly heard the news that you weren't doing so well, my heart just dropped, and like everybody else. And when we heard about exactly somewhat what happened, it just dropped even more. And
never got to meet you during the Beverly Challenge, because I know you would have been there. But and I totally understand, because Preston was with you and stuff like that, and you guys had to cut your trip short. I can't wait for the day to actually meet you and give you a big old hug.
Well,
for not just being an inspiration and the backbone to support of this Disney community, but to other people like myself that were living with a disability on a whim, and at all of a sudden, it's not easy to do.
No.
And with you having the heart and soul that you have to keep moving forward and being strong as you are.
Mike, I told you this before. For those who don't know, who might be new, Mike has a handicap, unfortunately. We all work through it. Mike is blind. But Mike taught me before I had a handicap of how to live your life, and that you can't let things hold you down. And he was an inspiration for me as I came out of this. I thought about Mike Wheeler, and I said, if Mike Wheeler can do this, then I can do it. And I'm proud that you're my friend, Mike. You can blame Zippity Doodad, because if I'd have known he was coming to meet you that day, Preston and I would have probably come over and met you too, but it didn't work out. But we will get together at some point. You received a Muppet Badge of Honor recognition in our community because you're inspirational, and you're inspiration to me, and I love you, buddy.
And you're an inspiration to so many.
I appreciate you, buddy. So
love you too. Always be #Pete Strong.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. We'll talk soon, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
So Kelly, our story with Kelly, real quick before we finish up here, is that Taylor, his son, uses a wheelchair, and I got to know Kelly before this happened, and when I came out of it, we talked about life and how you can live your life and be productive, and I talked about Taylor and thinking about him before I went into this, and how inspirational and how jovial he was, and how just amazing he was as a kid. And he impacted me coming out of this, because as I laid in the hospital bed, I thought about that. How am I going to live my life? How am I going to take care of my kids? I said it to Robin in the hospital. I don't know how I'm going to take care of my kids, and how I was going to pay what ended up being over $1 million in medical bills. And it was inspirational. And the only thing I asked from Kelly was, can I race him in the wheelchair at Magic Kingdom? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, can I cheat? He's like, yeah, go ahead. You can cheat.
It's okay.
But Kelly, I truly love you, and you've been so supportive to me and helpful. As you know how much, I'm going to share a little story too real quick before I know I'm already over, but hell, I've been long anyway. We have challenge coins. Robin, her husband served, and she knows the value. Robin knows that I know. Robin taught me the value of the challenge coin. Okay. And I got one that I was given from a priest or a pastor on Little Creek one day that was inspirational. Had an inspirational quote on the back, because I was helping other people in the story. He came over and granted me this coin. Well, Kelly had been going through a lot with his company, and had so much work put on him, and I could see the stress in my friend. So I, without telling him, Preston and I packaged up a little Disney note, and put that coin from that pastor, and I presented it to Kelly, my friend who served and saved lives, and just told him that I'm here for you. And I did that because I love you. So.
And I treasure it. And it sits on my desk right here in front of me every day, and I look at it every day. Faith can move mountains. Amen. And I do. I look at it every day. So I appreciate that, Pete.
Uh-huh. Your final thought, buddy?
Sir, yeah. You know I have a job, right?
What?
And you will call me at 10 o'clock in the morning at my job.
They won't
knowing
let me
I'm at
work. They won't let me work. I got to do something.
And you know what? Every time that happens, especially when we just had found out what was going on, and you first called me right after you were able, I'm like, move, get out of the way. I'm trying to get through the building where I can get a reception so I can answer this phone call, because I had to talk to you. And that I stood out in front of my building and cried with you and had our moment. And I will tell you, my friend, I cherish it because that you, one, have the faith and love in me to share those moments with me that you have sometimes. And I want you to know that you have come so far. And I don't know if you truly, until Robin had shared with you the journal, had really truly realized how far you have come so far.
Oh, yeah.
And how amazing it is. Is the journey over? No, it's not. But I'm going to share a little Disney with you. The fairy godmother said that even miracles take a little time.
That's good.
And you, sir, are a miracle. And you're just not done yet.
No.
Okay? So those moments that you have trying to get there, to find that finish line for you, just remember, we all love you. We're all praying for you. And we know you are going to make it there. So,
well,
amen.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm touched. I'm truly touched by your words, by your deeds and actions of all of you, all the guests that I've had on tonight, by the fact that when I call you at 10 o'clock in the morning, you don't yell at me like Jeff does.
I do. I'm like, what do you think I'm doing?
I'm working. Why are you calling me?
Dude, you didn't call me back in like 8 minutes. Yeah, you know why?
Well, it is what it is. Oh, I didn't want to call that name. I want to call Todd real quick because it didn't work out and just give him a chance. He's so important to me for a final thought real quick and bring him in as I close this out here. See if I'll answer his phone.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I wanted to bring you in real quick. I know you had trouble getting back in. I just had something, just to say to you and give you a final thought like I do with everybody else. First, your final thought, Todd, on just everything and moving forward and all?
Well, I'm really proud of how you responded, how you're moving forward. As I said, for a while, I didn't think I would make it, and see you coming back to where you are is really heartwarming.
Well, I appreciate that, and I don't mind saying this publicly. If not for Todd Shaw, I don't know who I would be. We were teenagers. So many times he saved my, you know what. He dug me out of issues. He taught me right from wrong. He kept reminding me that the church should never go out of my life. He did a lot of stupid stuff too, but he did a lot of good things. And Todd, I just want you to know I'm forever grateful for everything you've done for me in my life, and also our 7 friends. Pete, Timmy, Dino, Victor, Will, and Dave. But I love all you guys. I'm really grateful, and I will tell one quick story. I got to tell this. In college, we were going to junior college together, and I didn't want to go to class. So I asked to borrow Todd's car, and I drove around junior college picking people up, taking them to their cars, and getting tips. And he came out one day finding me drive his car all around. Worst part around it was I didn't even have a license yet, but I made like $200, so it was great.
Or a car, apparently. Wow.
I never saw any of that money either.
Yeah, you never saw any of that money. So, Todd, I love you, brother. Thank you. Bye. All right. Again, I thank everybody for being here tonight. 500 plus being here tonight. If you super chatted tonight, you did not have to do that. It was not about this tonight. I promise you I will put all of that into my kids for Christmas. It will not go to me. It will go to my kids. To my guests tonight, Robin, Kelly, Donna Sam, R. Johns, who was there before the show, and the Viapre Project, who was in the house before the show saying hello, to Jeff, to Todd, to Steve, to all my callers who called in. I'm grateful. I'm humble. And I finish the show every week by saying the same thing, and I mean it. First and foremost, if you're a creator out there for Disney and you're working on YouTube, please continue. Whistle while you work and keep bringing the great content. I will keep recognizing you for everything you do on our show. If you're the person out there that's sitting and watching and you're just the consumer, you're just as important to everything we do. Know that we all value you. We need you. Without you, we don't have anything. So we tell you, please continue to find your happily ever after right here in the Disney YouTube community. For all of my OSC family, I miss you guys and I want to get back so bad. And I hope to work to do that. For my family, the extended, not just my wife and kids, but Nanette's parents and family, for my mom and all, I love you all and I thank you. Final thought to my owners of my company. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful and humble for your support and not forgetting about me through all this time. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's a better place when you put a smile on someone's face. These people here today, you in the chat, you've done that for me. I can finish a very emotional chat with a smile on my face. Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow night when I interview Jackie, super enthused, 7:30. We go off the wall. Kelly, can I ask you any whoopee questions, or we're not allowed to do that?
Not tonight.
Are you sure? All right. I'm trying. Tomorrow night, we'll talk with Jackie. We'll see you then. We love everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.